we support the development and enhancement of the live arts sector, which is a range of artistic practices. It's very interdisciplinary in its nature, sometimes experimental, political, activist in its intent, sometimes marginalized. That work is really doing a lot of very dynamic things right now. And so we work to support artists, academics, the whole higher education sector, audiences, funders, through a range of projects, initiatives, and resources.
They work with artists, kind of help develop them through schemes and workshops and commissioning new work. So that was kind of one area that I'm going to be able to see over the next 12 months and really engage with. On top of that, they publish DVDs and books and really spread the word of live art, which I think is really important for such a niche area of the arts. They kind of start that discussion with lectures, symposiums, talks, which is really interesting. And just the fact that they've got this study room and with this great library of resources, I think for me to actually go there and develop my own knowledge of the subject is going to be really useful.
It's really tough for a lot of graduates to get their foot in the door in terms of getting an opportunity that will hopefully be significant and beneficial for them. And one of the intents of the scheme is sort of really identifying the fact that opportunities for substantive internships are few and far between anyway, but many of those internships are unpaid, and so there's a whole range of people out there, graduates and otherwise, who just can't afford to take an unpaid position. So there's all kinds of really difficult issues facing a lot of graduates and others right now who have a passion for working in the arts, but just can't sort of, find their way in there.
I'd done a lot of unpaid work in Birmingham, which you kind of have to do, and I didn't have a problem with doing that, but I was getting to the point where I needed to find some paid work, and because of the nature of the arts, in Birmingham, it's quite a small scene, and I got to the point where I knew, the handful of organisations that I'd be interested in working for, and none of them had jobs coming up, and I was kind of thinking, well, where do I go from here? But when this kind of opportunity presented itself, I realised that it was one of a kind. I couldn't afford to support myself in London just to move down here. I really need that kind of financial security. But that's why this is great. It's an internship, but they're kind of supporting me so that I can live down here.
We feel that this is a scheme that's really needed right now, just in the cultural sector overall. But also it's just been really fantastically well timed for us as an organisation, just in terms of our own development. We're a small organisation, and we want to do more than we're already doing. There's a lot to do in terms of the area that we're working in, and so by growing our staff by 1 from 4 to 5 people for the next year, it's really going to be an enormous opportunity for us to do a lot more and to do it better.